We shall now have an opportunity for silent prayers and meditation. Thank you so much. We may now be seated. A beautiful morning today. Honorable members, all of you, I take this opportunity to greet the Premier in absentia, greet the Leader of Government Business, Honorable MEC Makamu, all MECs present here today. Deputy Speaker, we welcome you back from Gambia, and we know that you're still tired. Mamrovela, welcome back home. And the delegation that you were with, you can see they're still tired, they're not here yet. We greet the Chair of Chairs, Honorable Mukoni, the Deputy Chair of Chairs, Honorable Malanza Ngobeni, the Deputy Chief Whip. We greet you and the Whipari in general, and greet all leaders of other political parties who are here today. All honorable members, good morning. We greet all of you here and greet all other political parties that are in the gallery. They must feel recognized, and all other guests that are here to join us the sitting today. We must as well greet our followers on the social media platforms. We greatly appreciate that they always follow the sitting because our sitting remain a public platform. So for them following us shows that indeed Limpopo legislature is their voice and they must continue to use it as their voice. On that note, we are now moving to the second item, which is the motions without notice in terms of House Rule 145. Are the motions without notice? Honorable Member Pujale Dwaba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise on behalf of the EFF to move without notice that the House notes the EFF had a successful Siyabonga rally for victory celebration on the 16th of August 2025, which took place behind Seshego Zone 1, Dishopo. The EFF won by a resounding victory majority of 57.34%. This victory reaffirmed the people's unwavering support of the leadership of the organization in this ward. The EFF remained humbled and grateful by the continued support of the people of Ward 13 over the years. We are not taking this support for granted. It does not come as an obvious case, but a demonstration of the relationship and trust which the EFF built with the community of Seshego Ward 13 over the years. The EFF continues to champion community struggles and deliver genuine change on the ground. The relationship between the EFF and the community of Seshego Ward 13 is solid and well-grounded on loyalty and respect. The victory is even sweeter than honey because Ward 13 is the home ward of EFF President Julius Malema, who hails from Masakane Zone 1, Seshego. We further express appreciation for the people of Ward 13 for having confidence in our newly elected Ward Councillor Njeza Michael Ramaphosa, Councillor Njeza has a proven record of service delivery to the people of Ward 13 as he was previously their ward councillor. It was for this reason that he became the EFF candidate of choice for Ward 13. Honorable Speaker, indeed, the future looks very bright. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ledwaba. Any seconder to the motion?
Oh, yeah, I can second. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think Honorable Makamu want to second what she was reading. I'm rising to second the motion of notice that was read by Honorable Dwab. Thank you.
Sorry? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to rise with an intention to object to the motion as presented by Me something, I don't know his name. Mele Dwaba, yes. Honorable Mele Dwaba. Why I'm objecting on this motion, Speaker? Point number one is that this motion is repeating itself. It is not for the first time that Mayor Honorable Ledwaba rise in this house, present the very same motion, and I find it difficult. Hence, I'm objecting to that particular motion. Thank you very much. Because it can't be a monthly thing.
There is an objection to the motion. Is there any seconder to the objection? Honorable Nkonyan.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I, Bongani Apetniko Nkonyan, the son of Mbuti Nkonyan, stand to second the objection as moved by Honorable Simon Meithe. Thank you, Speaker.
In terms of the rules, once the motion has been objected, it falls off unless if the initiator of the motion wants to request the division of the House. Honorable Balo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think if you have listened to what she was reading, together with the motion that she read previously, it's not the same. Speaker, am I protected?
Can you please maybe sit down? Please sit down. Now where we are, we must follow the rules. The motion was read, seconded. There was an objection with the motivation. The objection was seconded. In terms of the rules, we must go back to the, once is objected, it means the motion falls off. But in case the initiator of the motion is not happy, wants us to divide the House, she must stand up and say so that we can do the division of the House. Because motivating won't help where we are now.
Madam Speaker, maybe Eric Yeku, my mother tongue. A little hampoit. Motion how channel motion o kuba dilin last. Okay, bonga rally. I say kia di 16 bonga rally. Hai channel motion o la kuba dilin land.
whether ke rally, whether ke victory, whether ke celebration, it comes back that the motion was objected. Now, what I want to hear is, do you want us to divide the house or not? If we don't want us to divide the house, in terms of the rules, the motion falls off. We now move to the next item. Thank you so much, honorable members. Is there any further motion without notice? The matter is closed. We are not going to go back there. I'm now on the next item. Is there any further motion? The matter is closed. The motion has fallen off. We are moving in terms of the agenda item. Is there any other motion without notice? In the absence of any further motion without notice, honorable members order. So if there's an order, a member can raise a hand for an order. Is there order? Honorable Maith.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for affording us an opportunity. We want to raise an order because there seems a tendency of consistent usage of unparliamentary language. I'm not sure if in this house we have been told or ratelela is that parliamentary or what. And I want to be clarified in that regard. Because if that is the game that others want to play, they must ask next door. We're good at playing that game also. But is it ratelela parliamentary? If not, she must withdraw. Because she seems to be very consistent about it. And if she can't withdraw, no problem. We will return the favor. There is no problem. And we'll forget ID numbers and start to tell her.
Honorable Letoaba, there is a matter that is raised that you have said, which is unparliamentary. Are you able to withdraw that word, Mami?
Honorable Speaker, it seems as if ke le doaba fela wa bolelang dilo tsa hotel. Last go ne go na le a ke debate a ke reng a ke re a ke tlale, but last o mpoleletse gore nna ke tlile go tlo gola mahala ka mo, and then nna ke lefu la motho o mo lampidisa. You didn't say anything. Now ke tshwantse ke withdraw we wa tella fela ena a mpoleletse mantswe a makana kana. A ke withdraw.
Mmele Dwaba, ka mo sitting, ge motho a boletse ditaba tse di sa le kgotsofatseng, le a raisa la re, mara mantswe a motho a boletseng a nkgotsofatse. So unfortunately, le na ka baka la hore le be le kgopisitswe ke mantswe a le, today le boletse a mangwe, a ileng go radia hore lena le bona le o ka re le na le molato, which is not our intention. So re be re no re ka baka la hore a ke re a se taba ya lena le the other member, it's about the house. Ka moka re lebeletse house hore house e kgone go sepela gabotse gore ge le re ba tella, you mean all these MECs and everybody and all honorable members and then baloi mola bo kra gore le bolella everybody. It's not like you are talking to that person alone. So idia hore e bona le o kare ntlo ya le khotla thera molao e a nyatšiwa, which is not an intention. So re be re no re ka boikokobetso mama re kgone go tswela pele withdrawang go sa sa eba ka dia se sengwe le raise letsogo re kgone go le thusha le bona ba withdraw. Re be re no gopela ka boikokobetso ma.
Ka taba ya batho ba bang ba ke tla withdraw.
Ra leboga mami, in the future ge le kwa tse di sa le khotsofatseng le ska tšhaba o raise letsogo le lena re kgone le protector, because the house must protect you as well. Thank you so much. We'll now proceed to item 3. Are there any notices of motion in terms of House Rule 146? Aye gona. No, none. Then we'll proceed to item 4, the statements by members in terms of Rule 199. I've got 2 members here. Honorable Baloi, are you still on the platform? I've seen Honorable Khotatso Akitsuru speaking on a behalf.
I will speak. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The EFF applaud the Hawks for the recent arrest of the former and current municipality traffic officer, both accused of involvement in alleged taxi permit fraud in Makado municipality. Mr. John Zita, the former chief traffic officer from Bungeni, and Gushile William Matos, a traffic officer from Waterfall, were arrested by Hawks in Sarah's corruption investigation unit for taxi permit fraud. The arrest follow a Hawks investigation into alleged offense committed between 2016 and 2018. Here we see the long arm of law in action. The 2 officers alleged solicited payment from taxi operation, promising for fraudulent issue operating permit. The fraud on taxi permit is testimony to the fact that internal control measures do not exist within the traffic department to curb fraud in this municipality. We are convinced that the taxi permit fraud in municipalities is not an isolation problem of Makado municipality, but large-scale problem existing in all municipalities in Limpopo. The EFF call upon victims in all municipalities to approach the Hawks Corruption Unit. Furthermore, we urge other taxi operators to follow proper channel, report suspicious activity, and not to be part of corruption by solicited payment from traffic officers. The municipality should also do regular check to ensure that such corruption is detected earlier before it escalates into a bigger problem. Finally, we call upon all municipalities in Limpopo to issue a taxi permit on time to avoid these taxi violence involving fight over roads. I thank you.
Thank you so much. You can proceed with the next motion if you are reading the next motion.
Honorable Speaker, last week on Thursday, we tabled the statement on fraud and corruption of RDP houses in the Bulubedu municipality. In the same statement, we indicated that fraud and corruption Speaker, am I protected? What do I say?
Honorable members, order. Can you proceed, Honorable Balwe?
Statement, we indicated that fraud and corruption in RDP houses in municipality is far deeper than meet the eyes. In 2017, some people were removed from Marapong, Batuaga, and Papke, that by Cogstar in Lipalali municipality on Ward 13, where they were allocated shacks with promise that they will build the RDP houses. The new list of people who should occupy the RDP houses exclude initial beneficiaries. The new list are now constituted by new people who are relative and girlfriend of the ANC councillor and other ANC politicians in Lipalale. Housing beneficiary must not pay money to anyone claiming that they can add them in the housing list. It's again at that time, yeah, in your mind. Housing fraud include the following: unlawful paying money or making any benefit of councillors official in return for RDP houses service, stand on rented council property or stand. Quay jumping, Council officially solicited money to return for rendering human settlement service. Forge of forge of prospective beneficiary signature in impersonating or beneficiary as well as unlawful occupation of RDP houses, subletting RDP houses and probably without permission, unlawful paying of or offering money to municipality staff in return of municipality land on RDP houses. Residents are urged to report housing fraud and corruption. This includes all legal sales and occupation of RDP houses, illegal selling of municipality-owned land, or even officially asking for payment to add you in the housing and database. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Baloi, for the two motions you have read. I will now give an opportunity to the MECs. Honorable,
No, thanks very much, Honorable Madam Speaker. On a point of privilege, Honorable Madam Speaker, I just wanted to find out, because in terms of the standing rules and orders, and you will confirm to that effect, a member may give a notice of motion on behalf of an absent member if he or she has been authorized in writing to do so by the absent member or by the whip of that member's party. I just wanted to establish facts as whether we have an authorized written approval to this effect, that Mahotazo is not here and she has delegated somebody to read the motion on her behalf.
Honorable Baloi, do you have that letter of authority? If yes, provide it.
Honorable Speaker, I have been authorized to come and read this motion by my chief whip. I don't have that letter here with me. Who want it?
Honorable members, the fact that Honorable Munama has referred us to the rules, that we must all be aware that as and when you get authorized, and I'm worried that the EFF and the DA normally do that. So can we ensure that in the future we're able to follow the rules? Because if we don't follow the rules, it will be a problem. But I'm worried that if I don't allow the MECs to respond to some of the issues raised, the issues will remain unresponded to. Therefore, I will plead with the House today, Honorable Mnama, just to say MECs, can they respond to those issues? But then we are taking on record that Honorable Baloi is aware that it was for him not to bring a letter from the whip Mekhotatsu to the speaker's desk that she will be reading on the behalf. It's something that is not in line with the rules. So at least we are learning every day. Thank you so much. Let me allow Honorable MECs that wish to respond to the issues raised. Me Susana Violet Mathieu, is a Maith Mathieu.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker, Honorable House. Good morning. Let me first appreciate the motion as presented by Honorable Baloi, and also welcome the arrest of the two officials from Makado municipality. What I'm against is to paint all the municipality with one black paint, to see, because two were arrested at Makado, it means the entire municipalities in the province are corrupt. That one we're against. I'm happy because this shows that the ANC-led government is at work and will leave no stone unturned to arrest whoever will be going to work in order to steal. I thank you so much.
Akensa Manani Mate will allow Honorable MEC Makamu Rogers. MEC Rogers. Basikopo Makamu.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to colleagues, MECs, and the entire House. I always enjoy coming to respond to member statement, Speaker. But today's member statement, I think, is confusing. It requires the honorable member to do a research. He speaks about a blowback municipality. He speaks about Marapong. He speaks about units which shacks were built. Oh, I'm just trying to figure out where did he want to speak about these matters and which one must I respond to. I have the Marapong issue. If there is anything in blowback, I will request the member to prepare the member statement properly, Speaker, and submit. We will respond to. But on the issue of Marapong, he can go if he wants to leave this sitting today and go to Marapong and see the TRU and the houses of the RDP were just built there for the beneficiaries, which were there even during the time we relocated them in 2016. They are getting their houses. We might have delayed, but the right beneficiary are getting their houses. As for the blowback, it does not have a head and a tail in what he was talking. So he may want to go and verify the facts and come back to the sitting. We will be able to respond to that. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Akensa Honorable MEC for your response. We shall now move to item 4. 5. Are there any executive statements in line with Rule 200? Thank you so much. I'm the only one who knows why I'm laughing. So it's only me and somebody else that we are laughing. So don't ask why we are laughing. We are now at item 7, and I'm happy Honorable Mukhanyana is not here. We're going to laugh, the three of us. So, so we shall now move to orders of the day, which is the consideration of the adoption of reports of the following reports of Portfolio Committee of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism. Committee Chairperson, where are you sitting? Honorable Me Mapula Ana Mokaba. Jadingwe ke lebetše. Ndamase. Over to you, Chair. Prudence, yeah.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Good morning to honorable members in the House, MECs present, and protocol observed. Honorable members, standing before you, I'm going to present 24 reports, which is the first, second, third quarter of economic development and its entities, and 6 oversights and 1 variation. Starting with this first one, the 2020, I'm going to present 2023-2024 fourth quarter report of LEADET. Thank you.
Any seconder? Honorable Rakhwale.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I take this opportunity to second the report as presented by Honorable Mukau. Thank you.
Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Mapula Mukaba, rise to present the 2023-2024 fourth quarter report of LEADER.
Any seconder members? Honorable Mdaka.
Na kensa mana na speakera mina falaza Mdaka ni mele secretary le siboshweke honorable Mkawa. Kensa.
Over to you, Chair.
I rise to present the 2023-2024 fourth quarter report of LTA.
Any seconder? Honorable Piedi?
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Speaker. Ke ema mo o tla go thekga peo e beilego ke Prudence Ndamasa, Honorable Mapula Mokaba. I thank you.
Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable members and honorable speaker. I stand here to present the 2023-2024 fourth quarter report of LGB.
Any seconder members? I've seen Honorable Mkweli. You were raising your hand.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to support the report as presented by the chair of the committee. Thank you.
Thanks, over to you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable speaker. I rise again to present the 2023-2024 annual report of LIDET.
Thank you so much. I've seen Honorable Spopela. You were raising your hand.
Good morning, Speaker in the House. I hereby stand to second the presented report by the Chair.
Thank you. Over to you, Chair.
I rise, honorable speaker, to present the 2023-2024 annual report of LIDA.
Any seconder? Even my left is allowed to second. Honorable Libya.
Thank you very much, Dr. Speaker. I rise to second the report as presented by the committee chair, Honorable Mapula Mukaba. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, honorable speaker. I rise to present the 2023-2024 annual report of LTA.
Honorable Jack Vedile.
Oh, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the report on LTA.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, honorable speaker. I rise to present the 2023-2024 annual report of LGB.
Any seconder? Honorable, yeah. I'm still recollecting. Thank you so much. We are now at 7.2, consideration and adoption of the following reports of the Portfolio Committee of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism Committee Chair.
Thank you, honorable speaker. I, Mapula Mukaba, rise to present the 2024-2025 first quarter report of LIDET to be adopted as the report of this August House. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Spuru.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Speaker. I rise to second the submission as made by the committee chair.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 first quarter report of LIDA.
Any seconder? Honorable Mato.
Galebo mchebiza mshumo speaker kaisi Dr. Makrubeji. Game de uzo kote jazo wazo ya bileo ula kudru galebo.
Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 first quarter report of LTA.
I've seen the hand of Honorable Choris Pukani.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. I second the presentation of 2024-2025 first quarter report of LTA by the Chair. Thanks.
Over to you, Chair. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 first quarter report of LGB. Thank you.
Ucha.
Thank you very much, Chair. I rise to second the adoption of the report as presented by the Chair of the portfolio. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 second quarter report of LIDET.
Any seconder? Honorable Shai.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I second the consideration and adoption of the 24-25 financial second quarter of leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 second quarter report of LIDA.
I've seen the hand at the back there, Honorable Machomani.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Speaker. I rise to second the report as presented by the chair of the committee. Thank you very much.
She's from Cape Town, ne? Over to
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 second quarter report of LTA.
I've seen the hand of Honorable Christina Mohali. You've been raising her hand.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I second the report as presented by the chairperson.
To you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 second quarter report of LGB.
Thank you so much. I've seen Honorable Nimpombuluni.
Ndo livuwa vodokotela chipikara ndo takuchela utikeza likumeza lone wao nga mudzula chitulo wa komiti ndo livuwa.
Chair, over to you.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 third quarter report of LIDET.
Any seconder? Vukatune Chifefe.
Mulangadzulo ofwa chipinda ichi chauri ndi khwaṱhisedze zwe zwa ambiwa malugana na ripoto nga mudzulatshidulo wa komiti ndo livhuwa.
Roliwa Ngamanda, over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 third quarter report of LIDA.
Any seconder? Honorable Max, don't you think you can second one?
Speaker, I'm not part of that committee, but just because you've asked me, I'll second it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks you. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 third quarter report of LTA.
Any seconder? Honorable Piedi.
Ke a leboha ngaka bospikara ke ema fa o thekga peo e bilweng ke modulasetulo mabapi le yona entity ke a leboha.
Re a leboga bahananwa. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the 2024-2025 third quarter report of LGB.
You can just repeat that. I didn't hear it.
Honorable Speaker, I here to present the 2024-2025 man, third quarter, fourth quarter, man. Sorry, yeah, fourth quarter report of LEADET. Yeah, it's the fourth quarter. No, the last one. Oh, I here to present the 2024-2025 third quarter report of LGB.
Thank you. I've seen that you thought you are done. You're not done yet. Any further secondment, members? Honorable Mathieu Maith.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the report as presented by the Honorable Chair. Thank you.
Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 fourth quarter report of LEADET.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the report as presented by the Chairperson, Honorable Mukaba.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 fourth quarter report of LEADER.
Honorable Mdaka.
Na khensa mana na Dr. Speaker, mina falaza mdaka ni mela ku sekretary xiviko lexi boxiweke hi muchaviseki vona manana Mukaba.
Ikensa swinene, Tatani Mdaka. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 fourth quarter report of LTA.
Thank you so much. Any seconder? Honorable Rakhwali.
Thank you once more, Honorable Speaker. I seconded the presentation as made by the Chairperson. Thank you.
Thanks. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the 2024-2025 fourth quarter report of LGB.
Now you are done. Thanks. Honorable Spuru.
Kasi Antoma. Ke alewa di speaker. Ke emifa. Ore ke la ka leo mabapi le se se boletsweng ke committee chair.
Ra leboga dikwagetši. We shall now, Chair, move to 7.3, consideration and adoption of the following reports of the Portfolio Committee of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism Committee Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Mapula Mukaba, rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Leboa Homo Abattoir and Mashashane Hatchery on the 6th of November 2024. Thank you.
Any seconder? Honorable Nechpepe.
The adoption of the report as presented by the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, Honorable Mukaba.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Leboa Homo, I'm here to report, to present the report on the oversight visit to Toyando Industrial Park on the 15th May 2025.
Ra leboga. Any seconder? Unempumuluni.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Speaker. I stand here to second the presentation by combatant Honorable Mukaba.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Messina Mercado Special Economic Zone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Dr. Malibana.
report ya oversight visit to Mosina Makado Special Economic Zone. Ke a leboha.
Thank you, Doctor. Over to you, Chair.
Speaker, I rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Ngwangwa Industrial Park. Thank
Ona lo a thegang report Honorable Matou.
Na khensa mana speaker a yi swale kaya ni ta swani yi man la ko sekretara yi sunan ko ba ile kale ko.
Ikhetha swinene. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Sishiru Industrial Park on the 16th of May, 2025.
Any seconder, honorable members? Ai, ke nyaka ba senke ba second. Ke to ikgethela. O ne nguda. Ba one ka mtangano lo. Oh.
Leboha, Mauriseo Speaker, ndiko ima u tikedza madzinginywa u swikiswaho nga Mauriseo. Ndi a leboha.
Ro livhuwa nga maanḓa. Ndi zwone Chairperson. Over to
Honorable Speaker, I rise to present the report on the oversight visit to Fitahomu towards the SEZ and Mining Input Supplier Park on the 22nd of May, 2025.
Thank you so much. Any seconder? Baulwane buthabele bashu, Honorable Buchibase.
Muriseo Chipikara ndiko kutakuwa utikedzwa lidzinginyo wodzingiswaho nga mudzulatshidulo wa komiti.
No, I'm not done. I was waiting for you to say I must start. No. No, thank you very much. Finally, this is the last one. I'm no longer going to do sit down a layer, stand up a layer. Honorable Speaker, I here to present the report on the budget variation from the capital grant of 309 million to 93 million to address pressing issues in the Great North Transport during the 2025-2026 financial year. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Indeed, you can sit down. Can we get a seconder? That was the last report. Any seconder? Honorable Matia Chete, are you willing to second?
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. I hereby second the report on the budget variation from the capital grant of 309 million to 93 million as presented by the chairperson. Thanks very much.
People will pardon me, the reports are too many. And it's important that we assist and give each other courage as we second, so that the chairperson doesn't get tired easily. Thank you so much. We are now moving to the speakers list. In terms of the speakers list, the first person to debate is Honorable Maringa Bongani Wesley.
Honorable Speaker, all protocol observed. Honorable Speaker, as we gather in this August House during Women's Month,
we are reminded of the enduring strength, resilience, and leadership of the women who have shaped our nation. Umama Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph, Umama Bettina Sisulu, Sophia DeBrain, and others. From the march to the Union Building in 1956, the daily struggles of women in our communities today, we honor their courage, we honor their dedication, and we recommit ourselves to building a society that is just and presenting opportunities to women of this country. Honorable Speaker, let us not forget that what they did, they did not only fight against oppression, but also fought for economic inclusion, economic development, which must therefore be gender responsive. Women are not only participants in our economy, but they are its backbone. Whether in agriculture, small business, education, or public service, women continue to drive progress. It is our duty to ensure that every budget, every policy, and every program reflects their needs and amplifies their voices and protects their rights. Honorable Speaker, turning to the matters at hand, the Great North Transport at some point was at the brink of collapse on the basis of some shortfalls of the then previous administration in respect of the board and the leadership thereof. The situation of GNT has resulted in a situation where the portfolio committee had to engage very thoroughly in terms of providing financial intervention to the entity. This resulted in a deviation of 93 million to see to it that the institution is being brought back to life and we've got buses that must service our people. The GNT is not just a simple entity. It's a subject of transport that our communities are relying on a daily basis. Government has got the responsibility to intervene as and when the need arises. However, the 93 million which has been provided for the entity to survive cannot just go unnoticed, and it's going to be a subject of accountability on the part of the leadership of the day of the entity. We are making a call as government, and we are assuring our communities that the GNT session that we have already revived and we are trying to save as government is going to service them to the best of their capacity. Let me make a quotation, Chair. I'm going to quote the former president of the ANC and a former president of the country, or Mr. Thabo Mbeki. You can't abandon people there and say, go and find a job when you know they are not going to be able to find one, and therefore starve to death. So we have got to address that matter, but we have to do it systematically. It is for this reason that government has committed extra funds to the GNT so that the situation that the GNT has found itself can be resolved. Honorable Speaker, while we are dealing with the case of economic development, we need to appreciate the capacity that exists in LITA. One of the most critical components that exists in LITA is the establishment of the PMU. Government has made a commitment to assist this province to develop its capacity economically, to service all its community members so that they find space to participate in the economy. Now, we are making a call for other institutions in government to make use and take advantage of the establishment of the PMU in LITA, so that where we've got shortfalls in terms of capacity that relates to infrastructure development, that particular component of PMU in LITA can intervene so that we can then restructure and also refurbish our infrastructure in the province, which can add value in terms of economic development. All our entities, all our subsidiaries as LITA are dependent on how our communities are responding to them in terms of business engagement. We need to commend the LTA as government for its process that relates to the funding and the development of female-driven entities that are participating in the space of tourism. Government is also making a call to say, MEC wa dikgeregere, for our process of tourism to thrive, we rely heavily on infrastructure in respect of the roads so that our people can be transported very easily. At the same time, we also rely heavily on facilities that our tourists are going to be attracted to so that they can continue to visit our province. Then we can continue to raise the flag very high for our province. Then we can generate a certain level of economic development for the province so that we can thrive. In that particular issue, we need to also commend the LTA for the facilitation of the completion of the 3 key tourism infrastructure projects, including the upgrading of access roads to heritage sites. We cannot continue to talk about heritage sites when it's also very difficult for us to reach. And we therefore commend the entity for working twice as hard to take our province to that space of engagement. Honorable Chair, Honorable Speaker, I beg my pardon. The aspect of infrastructure development has led to the portfolio committee paying attention to our industrial zones. The current refurbishment of the factory in Ngoangoa and the also contribution of the department and government into the paper due infrastructure that is happening there has confirmed a certain number of employment and has also created a ground for the communities of Ngoangoa and the surrounding areas to be employed in that particular space of the paper due industry that is happening there. And this is a product of the work that we are doing as government and to support that particular space so that we can grow the economy of the province. We remain very worried and very concerned about the state of the infrastructure in Toronto Industrial Park. We also are very proud about the progress that we have made as government in Sishiho Industrial Park, where a number of factories have also been developed, and we continue to have tenants who are occupying that space and they are continuing to employ our people. And our primary focus is to grow the economy of the province so that our people can be employed. Honorable Speaker, the Musina Makado Special Economic Zone, it's a worrisome institution that we are sitting with as government. And as we continue to prepare ourselves to do well for the province, we are making a clear call that whatever investigation that government has already launched in respect of forensic to determine what has been happening with the monies that have went missing there. I'm going to call them monies that went missing because if you make a turn in that area, you will not see anything that can symbolize an expenditure in terms of government money. The portfolio committee is very firm and very committed to say the forensic investigation cannot be undergoing for longer. At some point, we need to get the report and we need to debate the reports, and where need arise, consequence management must be the order of the day. We have also allocated money for the current financial year for the entity. It is our commitment to continue to monitor the extent to which the leadership of the day, the new board and those who are leading there in terms of this MMSEZ are able to implement the particular entity and its positions so that our people can be employed. It is the hope of our people in Limpopo, and it is the hope that investors can come and put a lot of resources so we can create as many jobs as we possibly wish to have as a province. The Fitaho Mutuwatse MMSEZ, we are very confident, we are very happy, the progress is very convincing. The leadership there is doing what it has to do to assist, develop that particular area so that our people can then get employment. And this is what we are working hard to deliver. Let me quote Peter Drucker, who argues, the ultimate resource in economic development is the people. It is people, not capital or raw material, that can develop our economy. I'm raising this issue, Honorable Speaker, on the basis of the fact that our community members have not necessarily been assisting government with its efforts to develop special areas that have got the potential to create jobs for them. We'll take a bite slightly, Honorable Speaker, on the issue of the abattoir here in Wakomo. Our people themselves are the ones who are involved in vandalism of the very same infrastructure. At the same time, we ourselves as well as government, we seem not to be doing as much as we should be doing to see to it that that particular infrastructure and the actual work that must commence there will have to start so that we can create job opportunities for our people. Government must also note that this vandalism that we experience every day in the Wahomu Abattoir must not just be interpreted in the context of criminal activities. We also need to try to think as to, is this a rebellion on the part of our communities who sees an infrastructure that to them has become a white elephant? We have a responsibility, Honorable Speaker, to see to it that the dream of Lubuahomu Abattoir does not end on paper, but becomes a very true reality of our people so that we are able to create job opportunities for them to be able to work. We must build capacity in our communities and develop consciousness. We have a responsibility as government to see to it that all the programs that we put together that respond to economic participation and economic development are also building capacity within our people so that we are able to see a situation where we create more job employments. The other aspect, Honorable Speaker, which requires serious urgent attention from government, the current battles that are happening in our communities that relates to sand mining, calls for an urgent intervention between the Department of Economic Development and the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy so that we are able to develop policies that can guide and also lead a proper process that relates to this particular component of sand mining because it is setting communities against each other. And what is going to happen at some point, we don't want a situation where government is dealing with what I would easily term interventional measures when communities are fighting amongst each other and fighting over issues of a nature of how their sand is being expropriated or how it's being sold. Honorable Speaker, the aspect of economic development also becomes relative and becomes subject to how do we address the challenge of transport. The situation in Gal, Honorable Speaker, has got a serious bearing on how we transport our fresh produce to the international community. And this is a serious call that we need to make an intervention. The MEC for Transport and the MEC for Economic Development, at some point, including the portfolio committees, will need to develop a proper system that is going to assist us to build the airport to a particular capacity where we are responsible as well or we are able to provide the services of cargo. If we can perform to that particular size, Honorable Speaker, we are going to grow the economy of this province. You can just imagine what will happen in terms of job creation if GAL can then become indeed an international airport. You can just do the calculations of the financial injections that will come as and when international flights are landing in Limpopo as opposed to landing in Johannesburg and moving from Johannesburg to Namibia and other neighboring countries. We have got confidence as the Portfolio Committee on Economic Development that with a teamwork between all these committees and all these MECs, we can raise the flag of the province of Limpopo and we can shine to a level where we'll remain a talk of the day as a province. And the ANC-led government can continue to lead society quite very well and broaden the scope where our people are able to participate economically and we are able to develop growth. Leader has got a commitment in terms of financial capacity that relates to development of SMMEs. We are making a clear call for our communities to be able to make such applications as and when a call for applications for interventional funding that relates to SMMEs development is concerned. What we have observed, Honorable Speaker, is that our community appears to be far away from the information that should otherwise benefit them in terms of economic development, particularly on the aspects of SMME and supplier development component, whereas the money is there. We are saying in this current financial year, our commitment is never to return any cent. Our commitment is to spend every little cent that has been allocated to the component of economic development so that our province can grow and our economy can be a shining star of the province and also do well for the country. We want the whole country to look up to the far north, and the far north will be the province of Limpopo. I see my time is out. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Let me bow out.
Exactly 13 minutes and 59 seconds. Thank you so much. We will now proceed to allow Honorable Velile from the MK Party to come next as the debate. Velile Cyril Jack, you have 7 minutes for the debate.
Oh, thanks, Honorable Dr. Speaker. Greetings to the House and my colleague, Comrade John Goven. Speaker, I will not say bayadelela. They will interpret it when they are at their own places. No, I'll proceed, Honorable Speaker. Shembona badelele. No, Honorable Speaker. It's too much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me take this opportunity to applaud the committee that I'm serving under the chairmanship of Honorable Mapula Mkaba. This is one committee that makes some entities to be accountable, starting with the MMSEZ. We agreed that the previous administration should be accountable for the lost funds. The industrial park in Tzaneen, we made the executive mayor to account for what we wanted. And we got a serious clarity in that meeting. Hence, things are beginning to move swiftly. Our purpose is to give service delivery to the people. And that should be the nature of our work. And as this portfolio committee, we continue to demand more and more accountability. Honorable Speaker, Limpopo Economic Development, Environmental and Tourism is a driver for economic development and growth in the province. And instead of creating more jobs and opportunities, it is downgrading and failing our people. I'm saying this, Honorable Speaker, because I'm serving in two committees. I'm serving in Litet, and I'm serving at the Kherekhere. You can see the Kherekhere. They are fast moving in terms of employment. We need to see that coming from Litet. That has got the capacity to do that. Today, we analyze the reports of Litet for the 2023-2024 financial year, as well as the 2024-2025 financial year. The department is not making enough efforts to drive economic development, and many areas are questionable. Limpopo Economic Development Agency is not reaching out to enough young people and people with disability and the military veterans. And I must say, Honorable Speaker, that as Umkondo, we always approach the MEC for economic development when it comes to the issues of military veterans. We expect more SMMEs supported to target the most disadvantaged communities because that is where most poverty is. Our industrial parks require refurbishment and maintenance, particularly Toyando Industrial Park, to attract more companies to lease. And I will once more congratulate the MEC for dealing with the board of GNT. Hence, it didn't take us time to adopt the report on the variation to support the GNT because it showed that the MEC was more concerned about the issues of service delivery. And I thank you for that, MEC. GNT's liquidation issue must be avoided in the future. We need quarterly progress reports on the implementation of the turnaround strategy. It should not just end in paper. It must be implemented fully. GNT is very dear to our people. We owe them safe and affordable trips. With the new buses coming, we will be watching like a hawk. Maintenance and proper coordination must be prioritized. I'm requesting you, MEC, that when those buses come, at least allow me to have a drive round. Musina Makado SEZ is a special case. As much as the department wants to continue investing in in it. We believe that people must be arrested for the level of corruption in that project. The amount of money used does not correspond with what is on the ground. We would like to advise the Premier to be sure before she talks about projects like the MMS SEZ in the SOPA. Let's avoid telling our people lies. Taxpayers' money must be accounted for. We call on the Hawks to exercise their duties. We fear that Fita Khomutubasi SEZ might end up being like a MSEZ if we do not receive quarterly progress updates on the project. That one knows, everybody knows it. Our committee made a proposal that people must be arrested. The national officials who were here, they saw it fit that the same team of administrators must open up a case against those who were there previously, who misused the money. All of a sudden, the Lewokomo Abattoir and the Masasane Hatchery are silent projects. We want economic development, we want to eradicate poverty, and those projects are meant to do exactly that. We urge the department to prioritize transparency, accountability, and effective implementation of its projects, because we are watching everything must fall into place in this administrative. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Makom.
Thank you so much. You have used exactly 6 minutes and 57 seconds. Thank you so much. You were within your 7 minutes. We will now proceed to Honorable Smal, who's not here. I'm told Honorable Max will be debating on behalf of Honorable Smal, but I think we have had the debate earlier. So we'll now need members to write officially to let us know formally so that we're able to do proper recording. Over to you.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Speaker, quarterly reports are not mere bureaucratic paperwork. They are this legislature's early warning system. They allow us to track performance and spending in real time, to intervene before a crisis deepens, and to ensure that government's failures are corrected before they grow like a cancer. Annual reports, in turn, provide a statutory and comprehensive account of performance over a full financial year. They are the final report card against strategic objectives, budgets, and commitments made to the people of this province. Speaker, we are considering the 2023-24 fourth quarter reports, the 2023 annual reports, and even the quarterly reports for the 24-5 year, while we are already well into the 2025-26 financial year. This is a failure on our part of the legislature and a failure of government and oversight. It makes a mockery of the principles enshrined in our Constitution: transparency, accountability, and responsiveness. It shows disregard for this House and worse, for the people of Limpopo. We as a Democratic Alliance have already called for this travesty to be investigated. We must understand how this dysfunction has been allowed to persist, and we expect a full report back to this House. Every member here, regardless of political affiliation, should be deeply concerned. Speaker, we do not make these points in a vacuum. We are painfully aware of the multiple crises confronting our country, and more so here in Limpopo. Unemployment is entrenched, poverty deepens, and economic opportunities remain stifled. We desperately need growth and job creation. Over the past decade, Limpopo has regressed economically. Growth has averaged only 0.6% per annum, slower than our population growth. Per capita income has declined in real terms by some 7%. Unemployment has nearly doubled, rising from 18.9% in 2015 to 55% today. We've expanded unemployment now at 48%, meaning 1 in every 2 adults in the provincial labour force cannot find work. Poverty and inequality have worsened, leaving our people worse off socioeconomically than they were a decade ago. Speaker, boosting growth and jobs is not just an economic priority. It is the foundation of reducing poverty, lowering the cost of living, and restoring dignity to our people. It will give us the fiscal space, alongside ethical governments, to build a capable and progressive state. And here lies the tragedy. Limpopo's own Department of Economic Development led it, and what should be its economic engine room, the Limpopo Economic Development Agency, have failed to fulfill their mandates. Instead of driving provincial growth and employment, they have become liabilities. Speaker, the failures of LEADER are clear. Great North Transport, which should provide reliable, subsidized transport to sustain our economic sectors, is in a state of collapse and now require bailouts simply to survive. The Messina Mercado SEZ, once touted as Limpopo flagship economic catalyst, SEZ, thank you. Z. It's my language, sorry. My pronouncement. My apology, SEZ. New Era Life Insurance, a subsidiary of LEADER, is under scrutiny by a prudential authority and is barred from taking on new business. Summary of rental performance collected under year 2023-24 is only a mere 70%. A total of 352 billion were not collected over a period of time, which the vast majority will be written off. Despite these critical failures, we see no credible turnaround strategies, no accountability, and no consequence management. Instead of functioning as a driver of development, LEADER and its subsidiaries have become financially unsustainable, budget-consuming bureaucracies. The annual report of LEADER before us reflects persistent weaknesses, poor financial management, ineffective oversight of subsidiaries, and recurring audit qualifications. LEADER positions itself as a driver of development, but if evidence shows dependency on government transfers, coupled with persistent government failures. Speaker, LEADER's failures can be summarized as follows: recurring audit findings, poor procurement oversight, and weak subsidiary control. Speaker, LEADER risks becoming a fiscal liability rather than a development asset. Limpopo cannot afford a development agency that consumes resources while producing bailouts, audit failures, and excuses. As the Democratic Alliance, we state clearly, the time has come for LEADER to put under review. We must ask, what value, in terms of growth and jobs, does LEADER actually deliver? Are its boards and executives fulfilling their fiduciary obligations? Speaker, if LEADER cannot demonstrate value for money, then we must consider restructuring or even replacing it with a model that actually drives economic growth and job creation. This legislature cannot allow LEADER to limp along indefinitely as a fiscal drain. What Limpopo needs is not another year of unfulfilled promises, but a decisive review of whether LEADER in its current form adds economic value. We should be asking, do we restructure LEADER, enforce strict turnaround timelines, or dismantle non-performing subsidiaries altogether? Without such bold measures, LEADER risks being nothing more than a bureaucratic holding company for failed entities, at the expense of growth, jobs, and hope for the people of Limpopo. Speaker, Limpopo does not need a development agency in name only. We need growth, jobs, and hope, not bailouts and excuses. LEADER must change or be changed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Hermanas Franz Max. You saved our time, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. We appreciate that. We'll now proceed to... Oh, the EFF is not here. Are you here, Meldo? Honorable members, order. Order in the house. Honorable members, no members. Can we come back to the house, please, honorable members? No, honorable members, can we have order, please? No, honorable members. Can we please have an order? Honorable Lidwaba, Honorable Moana Khotatso was supposed to debate. Are you going to debate on a behalf? Okay. Thank you so much. We'll now proceed. Allow Honorable Chair of the Committee, Honorable Mapula Mukaba Ana, to come and close the debate. Honorable Nkwanyan.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Taking precedence from rulings from the National House, can the Speaker advise if you are allowed to sleep in the House? Thank you.
I will rule. I won't rule on that matter now. Chair, can you proceed?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
No, you are taking the minutes of Honorable Mukaba. 6 seconds already is gone. Can we allow Honorable Mukaba to proceed?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Ere ke le tamisha gape ke re kgotswa Modimo a be le lena. Ke bolela ka kgotso e eteletseng pele ke kereke e kgolo ye e tshwereng ke yena Dr. B.E. Lekganyana. Honorable Speaker, I rise today in the spirit of August, the month in which we honor the women of our nation, not only for their historic courage, but for their present-day leadership in every sphere of our society. As we commemorate Women's Month, we must remember that our policies, our budget, and our oversight must reflect the lived realities and aspirations of women, not just in words, but in measurable outcome. Let me begin with the words of South African author Sindiwe Mahona, who wrote, I quote, "A nation that does not honor its women cannot claim to be whole." Close quote. Today, we honor the women of Limpopo who are building businesses, leading institutions, raising families, and shaping the future of our province. We honor them not only with our voices, but with our action and by holding the executive accountable. Madam Speaker, the Portfolio Committee has concluded its oversight of the entities under Vote 6, and I wish to commend the Department of Department, Environment and Tourism, the Limpopo Economic Development Agency, which is leader, the Limpopo Gambling Board, and the Limpopo Tourism Agency for their cooperation, transparency, and commitment to service delivery. The ANC welcomed the progress made in revitalizing Limpopo's industrial park, particularly in Ungwangwa, Sishiwo, and Tulamela. These hubs are no longer dormant relics of bygone era. They are being transformed into engines of regional economic growth. The refurbishment of Factory 251 in Nkwankua, the near completion of Sishiwo Industrial Park, and the strategic repositioning of the, starting again. The refurbishment of Factory 251 in Nkwankua, the near completion of Sishiwo Industrial Park, and the strategic repositioning of Tulamela Industrial Node are tangible signs of progress. These developments are maintaining and creating new jobs, attracting investment and restoring dignity to communities long excluded from the mainstream economy. We also welcome the 805 million budget allocated for SEZ infrastructure as outlined in the Leader APP report. This is a bold and necessary investment in the future of Limpopo's industrial capacity. The ANC commends the department for prioritizing Catholic infrastructure and for establishing a project management unit to oversee rollout. This is a recommendation we strongly support, and we will monitor its implementation closely. The committee expresses its appreciation for the entity's performance in 2024-2025. Limpopo has emerged as the leading province in domestic tourism with over 9.3 million trips recorded, as a staggering achievement that speaks to the effectiveness of campaigns like Tourism Thursday and the support of 100 SMMEs, many of which are women and youth-owned. The ANC applauded the LTA pivotal towards domestic market conversion and its strategic use of cultural events like the Marula Festival to drive local economic activities. However, we must also express concern that 28% vacancy rate at LTA is unacceptable and must be addressed with urgency. The committee recommends the repositioning of staff and the capacitation of regional visitor center. We support this recommendation and call on the entity to ensure that this center are not only staffed but equipped to deliver high quality services. The Limpopo Gambling Board has demonstrated commendable performance, achieving 100% of its quarterly targets and maintaining a clean audit. The ANC appreciates the entity's proactive stance on illegal gambling, with 199 investigations, 88 arrests, and the destruction of 666 illegal machines. We also welcome the introduction of new indicators in the 2025-2026 APP, including 100 responsible gambling campaigns and procurement targets aligned with transformation goals. However, we remain concerned about the rise of online and server-based gambling, which poses regulatory and social risk. The committee recommend enhanced collaboration with SAPS and the NPA, and we support this. But we also call for the special budget allocation to strengthen digital enforcement and stakeholders education. The current allocation of 72 million is not sufficient for the sector that is evolving rapidly and required for sophisticated oversight. The ANC-led government department has shown strong leadership in aligning its strategic priorities with national and provincial development goals. The APP of 2025-26 reflect a clear commitment in industrialization, inclusive procurement, environmental enforcement, and tourism growth. We commend the ANC-led government department for setting ambitious targets, including 8,000 liquor inspection, 100 business registration, and the conservation of 5,000 hectares of biodiversity land. We also appreciate the ANC-led government department support the oversight teams and its commitment to improving audit outcome. The ANC welcome the goals of achieving an unqualified audit and urges the ANC-led government department to strengthen internal control and data system to ensure compliance. However, we must express concern about the slow conversion of SEZ investment pledges and government annual allocation into actual projects. The report notes that LEADER facilitated zero investment in Q4 despite 120 billion in pledges. This is a critical gap. The ANC supported the recommendation to establish a deal convention unit within LEADER and calls for quarterly reporting progress. We're also concerned about the performance of GNT, the provincial transport entity. The fourth quarter report shows declining passengers numbers and profitability due in part to reduce bus availability. The APP outlined a turnaround strategy and the acquisition of 72 new buses, which we welcome, but we urge the ANC-led government department to ensure that this strategy is implemented with agency and transparency. Madam Speaker, the Portfolio Committee has also reviewed the report of budget variation for GNT, and we wish to express our support for the ANC-led government department's decisions to approve the reallocation of funds towards a comprehensive turnaround strategy. The acquisition of 72 new buses, the introduction of a fleet management system, and the strengthening of internal control are critical steps towards restoring public confidence in GNT. These measures respond directly to the concern raised in the fourth quarter performance report, and we commend the ANC-led government department for acting decisively. However, we must emphasize that budget variation must be matched by performance variation. The ANC calls for quarterly reporting on the implementation of the turnaround plan with clear metrics on passenger volumes, revenue recovery, and service reliability. GNT is not just a transport provider, it is a lifeline for workers, students, and entrepreneurs. Its recovery must be swift, transparent, and inclusive. Madam Speaker, the ANC believe that budget must reflect priorities. We therefore appreciate the allocation made to support the key policies The 100 million allocated to RISIMA for housing finance is a step towards inclusive urban development. The 281 billion investment pipeline identified in the leader must be meshed with robust project packaging and stakeholders engagement. The procurement transformation targeted of 40% for women-owned, 30% youth-owned, 7% disability-owned, and 2% military veterans-owned must be enforced across all entities. These are not just numbers, they are instruments of justice. They are the means by which we build an economy that is not only growing but inclusive. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, let me return to the spirit of Women's Month. Let us remember the words of an American poet and author, Maya Angelou, who said, I quote, "Each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it is possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women." Close quote. Today we stand up for women of Limpopo, not just in tribute, but in action. We stand up for the entrepreneurs in Lunkwankua, the tour guides in Hoedspruit, the regulators in Limpopo, and the factory workers in Sishiru. We stand up for the mothers who build future, the daughters who dream boldly, and the sisters who led with courage. Let this debate not be the end, but the beginning. Let it be the foundation of a Limpopo that is industrialized, inclusive, and inspired by the men who make it whole. Honorable Speaker, I thank you.
Re a leboga. Thank you so much, Chair of the committee, by closing the debate. We shall now call upon the Honorable, the MEC of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, Bochitereke Baldwin Matibe, to respond to the observation made by the honorable members. Honorable MEC must remember that we have added 2 minutes. You have got 5 minutes to the response. Over to you, MEC.
Thank you very much. I was wondering if I would make it in 3 minutes because the department is big and the reports are many. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and greetings to members of the legislature. Firstly, we appreciate the debate as presented by Honorable Maringa. We really appreciate that the committee is robust with us. It's very robust. It's a very robust committee, this one. When you go to it, you know that the grilling will be too much. We really appreciate that your support for GNT variation on the budget. We must indicate to the legislature that as we speak now, out of 264 buses, currently we've got 218 buses that are running in the province. We are working towards the end of August that we have 264 out of 264 buses so that our people in the province can be transported well. So this variation is going to go a long way in assisting and ensuring that indeed GNT comes back to life. We say GNT is going to rise again, and we are sure that the three-pronged strategy that we have adopted as the department will assist the issue of leasing buses, refurbishment, as well as buying of the new buses. We also appreciate the report as presented by Honorable Jack. We appreciate when we bring new buses, we'll call the committee to be the first one to go and and ride in the bus. But we won't allow you to drive the bus. We can only allow you to be part of the passengers. We are working very hard to ensure that the Libuahomo Abattoir and Mashashane Hatchery come to life. We have noted vandalism. We are working well with Ma'am Violet on the issue of vandalism. On the issue of leader, we acknowledge that leader has got challenges, and we have put a turnaround strategy to ensure that leader comes back to life. The SEZ, Musina Makado SEZ, we have committed to the portfolio committee, and we must commit to this house that in the third quarter, infrastructure rollout should happen in Musina Makado SEZ so that our people can get employment opportunities. We are working very hard to ensure that Fitahomu towards the SEZ come to life. We have received commitment that its designation will be done by the end of September. When it is designated, we are going to put the board that will support that SEZ so that that SEZ can then start working. But work is already happening in the Fitahomu towards the SEZ, and we are pleased with the work that is happening. We appreciate the support that the committee is giving us and the transparency and accountability that the committee wants us to do. We will ensure that all the reports that are needed, for example, in the GNT, we have got a report of actuarial scientists who need to check the pension fund of the GNT beneficiaries. That report is going to come out. They are still working on it. When it comes out, we are going to pay pensions for the GNT staff. That has not been paid previously. Lastly, we must indicate that we are ready to come and report, as the committee requested us, on quarterly basis. We'll be reporting on GNT, SEZ, and industrialization. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rodebang Amanda, Bochitereke, Baldwin Mative, for responding to the debate within the 5 minutes. You were still left with 20 seconds. Thank you so much. It was indeed a well organized response. Honorable members, can we please proceed? Can I request an order so that we are proceeding? We are at 7.4, consideration and adoption of the following reports of the Portfolio Committee of Sports, Arts and Culture. Honorable Mdaga, the committee chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Speaker and the Honorable House. Greetings to all. I'm not going to waste time because I know that I'm going to present few reports. I rise, Honorable Speaker, to present item 7.4.1, 2023-2024, fourth quarter report, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Can I please have a seconder? Honorable Jack.
Oh, thanks, Honorable Speaker. I hereby support the report as presented by the chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once more, I rise to present item 7.4.2, 2023-24 annual report for consideration and adoption by this Honorable House. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Nkonyan.
Kulu, Madam Speaker, Bizolami, Bongan, Konya, Givala Lap, Sigmela, Uksegela, Isphakamiso, Samhlonitshwa, umdaka. Sithokoze.
Siyathokoza. Siyathokoza baba. Ubaba Mkonyana. Thank you, Chair. Over to you. We are learning. Chair, over to you.
Thank you very much. I'm a disciplined member of this honorable house. I wait for instruction from the honorable the speaker. We are now on item 7.5, consideration and adoption of reports of the Football Committee on Sports, Arts and Culture. 7.5.1, 2024-2025 first quarter report, Department of Sports and Arts and Culture, for consideration and adoption by this honorable house. I move, honorable speaker.
Can I get the seconder, Honorable Rachweni?
No ke a leboga me Honorable Dr. Speaker, Dr. Makoma Makurupetša. Ke emeletše mo ke le Sebataolo Tony Rachweni, Phagana Hlabere. Ke emeletše mo go seconder se se boletšego ke mohlomphegi mo Honorable Mutaka. Ke a leboga.
Re a leboga Phakana Tlhabirwa ge ba dula setulo ba di committee ba ntse ba bereka jwalo re berekishana re le maloko ka moka le go tla thera molao o sa kgathale gore o mo le mon le lefe. For that we really appreciate. Thank you. Over to you, Chair.
Na khensa manana speakera nakambe mina falaza mdaka ni imile ku hundzisa xiviko xa 2024-2025 xa ndzawulo ya swa mitlangu na swa ndhavuko second quarter report. Na khensa.
Any seconder? Honorable Piedi?
Ke a leboga bongaka speakera. Ke re le nna ke bontšhe bo MEC gore le rena re na le origin ke Maseka Makoboti Matenetša a Makoto ke Mogalaka mo ilapele le Leswafo ke re ke thekga peo ya modulasetulo ya bofalela Zafiri Mudaka e ba ebedi. Ke a leboga.
Moshat. Bana no re a leboga kudu-kudu. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise again to present to this Honorable House for consideration and adoption 2024-2025 third quarter report, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Honorable Meth.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I, Simon, the great-grandson of Jerome and Catherine, I stand up to second the report as presented.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Honorable Speaker, I rise again once more to present to this Honorable House for consideration and adoption the report of 2024-2025 fourth quarter report, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Any seconder, Honorable Mukwili?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the chair on the fourth quarter report 2024-2025. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are now members on 7.6. Consideration and adoption of the reports of the Portfolio Committee of Sports, Arts and Culture Committee Chair. Over to you.
Na khensa manana Dr. Speaker. Mina falaza mdaka nakambe. Ni imele ku hundzisa xiviko xa ndzawulo Ni yimele ku yimisa xiviko xa komiti leyi nga vhakachela Mudimule Library, Bilavila Library, na Valvater Library, a Waterberg District, na Khensa Manana Speaker.
Thank you so much. Any seconder, Dr. Cheslani?
Ke a leboga mme Dr. Speaker, ke eme mo o seconda o ba go supporta Dr. Indion Falaza Filmon Mudaka. Ke a leboga.
Thanks, Dr. Chair. Over to you.
Sona Manana Speaker, ni vitaniwa mavito ya ku tala ngopfu, ma hindza na 5. Mina Buti Indioni, mina MD. Ya, ni vitaniwa mavito ya ku tala swinene. Mina ma Indies. Ni yimele ku hundzisa report ya committee leyi vhakacheleke Makhuva Library, Giyani Public Library na Maphale Library eMopane District na Khensa Manana Speaker.
Vafane va swi twisisa ku hi n'we structure xa hina loko hi nghene clubini. Thank you so much. Any seconder? Honorable Rakhali?
Thank you so much, Honorable Dr. Speaker. I, Honorable Rakhali, stand to second the presentation by the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Sport, Arts and Culture. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Christian Kakaring Rakhwali. For the secondment, we now proceed. Over to you, Chair.
Na Khensa Manana Speaker, mina Falaza Mdaka, Ntukulu wa Smoy Mdaka. Yena Mavavaza, we yena la yimeka haleni ku yinisa report ya committee aka oversight visit to statutory bodies. Na Khensa Manana Speaker.
You can say swinene, mi nga tshamiseka, Honorable Nkonyana.
You can say swinene Speaker. Mina hi vongani Nkonyana. Ni yimela ku seketela leswi boxiweke nga Chairperson Mshaviseki Mdaka.
No, you can say swinene. Now we'll proceed to the speakers list, honorable members. In terms of the speakers list, the person, honorable member who's opening the debate, it's Honorable Christina Mangwana Mohali. She's opening the debate for us, and we normally allow her to debate where she's sitting. Over to you.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Speaker, Makoma Makurupeji. Ke dumedisa Speaker wa rena, Dr. Makurupeji, the Deputy Speaker, Teboho Mamorobela, members of the Executive Council, Chairperson of Chairpersons, and the Deputy Chair of Chairs, our dumedisa ke motho nasi, and the Deputy Chief Whip and members of the WIPARI, honorable members of this august House. Honorable Speaker, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture carries a crucial mandate. That is to increase participation and excellence in sports, arts and cultural activities. To expand access to information through library services, also to promote nation building, social cohesion and shared national identity, and to strengthen governance in the delivery of arts, culture and sport activities. In Limpopo, the department is entrusted with the development and implementation of provincial policies and programs that preserve heritage, foster creativity and promote recreation. The annual performance plan reflects progress across key programs. On the cultural affairs, the program spent 98% of its allocated budget in 2023-24, an improvement from 95% in the 2022-23 financial year.
On the library and archive services, expenditure increased from 83% in 2022-23 to 95% in the 2023-24 financial year. Sports and recreation, the program recorded full spending of its allocation, achieving 100% utilization in 2023-24 compared to 98% in the previous year. These achievements highlight a steady improvement in department's capacity to use resources effectively for the benefit of our communities. Honorable Speaker, the department has been deliberate in advancing transformation. Targets were set for procurement from designated groups. That is 40% for women-owned companies, 30% youth-owned businesses, and 7% for persons with disabilities. Encouragingly, the department exceeded these goals, achieving 70.53% women-owned businesses, 54.50% youth-owned businesses, 7.90% owned by persons with disabilities. This is a clear indication that government initiatives can empower historically marginalized groups when properly implemented. Honorable Speaker, skills development remains a cornerstone of growth. The department conducted training in areas such as library management, systems, digitization, risk management, and emerging leadership. Campaigns on employee wellness and gender-based violence were successfully rolled out, reaffirming government's commitment to a safe and empowered workforce. Libraries remain essential in shaping an informed and empowered citizenry. The Falvater Library in the Waterberg district provides fiction and non-fiction books, study guides for learners, and free reliable Wi-Fi for the community. The Makuba Library in the Mopani district is equally effective with updated books and functional internet access. However, Madam Speaker, we propose that libraries consider opening on Saturdays in order to accommodate learners who want to study during weekends and those citizens who cannot visit during the weekdays. Such facilities not only support education but also create space of connection and empowerment. We acknowledge that the department has addressed concerns regarding appointment of staff without qualifications. The employment of qualified librarians demonstrates responsiveness and accountability, ensuring quality service delivery. Honorable Speaker, former President Nelson Mandela reminded us that, I quote, "Education is the great engine of personal development," close quote. His words resonate as we reflect on the progress of women in sport and culture. Despite historic barriers, South African women have excelled and led with resilience and innovation. In celebrating Women's Month, we honor trailblazers from Limpopo, such as Kgothatso Montjane, 2024 Wimbledon Women's Wheelchair Doubles Champion, Shaw Majosi, internationally acclaimed singer and songwriter, and Prudence Sohodiso, South African middle distance runner, specializing in 800 meters and 1,500 meters on the global stage. Their success embodies the power of sports, arts, and culture as instrument of gender equality, social change, and national pride. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the Portfolio Committee appreciates the department's achievements, particularly in empowering women, youth, and persons with disabilities, while improving service delivery across programs. As we adopt this report, let us reaffirm our commitment to building a society where arts and culture, sports are not privileges for a few, but rights for all, advancing transformation, unity, and excellence in our province and beyond. Malibongwe.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mohali, for the debate. We'll now proceed to the next speaker, Honorable Velile Cyril Check. The platform is yours.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Good morning to the House. Once more, Speaker, allow me to acknowledge the good work done by the Portfolio Committee of Arts, Sports and Culture. Of course, Speaker, where it matters most, we will give advice on the outstanding matters that the Arts, Sports and Culture must deal with. We are not here to criticize. We are here to work towards achieving goals of service delivery. As we analyze the reports of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, we are concerned about the lack of creativity and investment in the current generation's interests. Sports, arts and culture are essential for the development of the youth, and it is alarming that we are not prioritizing these areas. The performance of the department is commendable. However, there are areas that require deeper accountability and follow-up, particularly regarding long-standing construction projects, such as the Chaula and the Mampane libraries. Moreover, the EPWP appointment and the ongoing impact of community campaigns. We need more libraries like the Mula Mula Library. We are raising this with Arts, Sports and Culture Chair, Honorable Speaker, because we are in the Portfolio Committee of Public Works. We also put the responsibility of construction solely in their hands, working together in consultation with the Department of Arts, Sports and Culture. I think amalgamated meetings are also needed between the two departments to fast track where it is lacking. But if there is progress, we are happy. We are concerned that the current generation has found itself, it is invested in this department, but our education system leaves no room for them to express their talents. Sports are not a priority in College Chabane municipality. What happens to the money procured for that purpose? This is not only limiting, but also detrimental to people that are not academically gifted. The province lacks dance, singing, arts and sports competitions, which are essential for the development of young people. We need to prioritize them to identify and nurture talent, promote creativity and develop individuals from young people. The issue of singing, Honorable MEC, it's a very important thing. You see, some of us, we can't sing today because of apartheid. Hence, we can't sing because they used to beat you if you can't sing, so we became scared of singing. As a result, now it's showing itself, hence we can't sing. But at least the songs like Amanyobi Nyobi, we know them. Those ones are very simple. It's a song, it's not me. If you don't go to the tavern, it's your own problem. The department should take a more proactive role in addressing GPV on this Women's Month. I know Arts, Sports and Culture has been indulging in educating people in terms of GPV. We are just intensifying, Honorable MEC, that we must put more efforts and we must not look at it blindly, that it's only women that are being abused. Some of us who are also being abused by our girlfriends by demanding money every month. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Veri Lejek. We'll proceed to Honorable Max. Hermanas Max, Franz Max. Your 9 minutes starts now.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. We return to this House after a weekend that can only be described as disastrous for our national teams. The Proteas lost to Australia in cricket. The Springboks also went down against Australia. And our MMA champion, Dricus du Plessis, lost his UFC middleweight title. Fortunately, Honourable Speaker, as far as the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture in Limpopo is concerned, we do at least have some good news to bring to this legislature. The department achieved a commendable 98% overall expenditure in 2024-25, with progress in areas such as the completion of the Vleifontein and Botshabelo libraries. These are steps in the right direction. Library and archive services remain a crucial component of the department's mandate in Limpopo, tasked with assisting local authorities in providing public library services and delivering comprehensive archive services. Despite these above-mentioned successes, unfortunately, a number of areas demand urgent attendance. Underperformance in acquisition of library materials. Secondly, delays in the constructions of the Mampani and Chaula libraries, with Mampani still at 90% completion and Chaulu only recently seeing a replacement contractor appointed and the site handover completed. However, although these two projects are not formally part of the reports before us today, it is pleasing to mention that from recent committee oversights, I can attest to the fact that the Mampani Library is an impressive and beautiful building which will allow the residents in that area to use it and educate themselves. Further good news is that although it's still a thorn in the department's side, the provincial feature has now reached 40% completion. Unfortunately, Honourable Speaker, with all the good news, we cannot ignore the 6.2 million underspent in school sports and recreation. This is not just a number on a spreadsheet. It represents children left without equipment, clubs without support, and athletes without opportunities. We have debated before on how such underspending directly affects our children. There is again, however, some progress to note this morning. I was informed by the MEC that a long outstanding report into what happened to our children at the National Athletics Championship in Bloemfontein earlier this year has finally reached its desk for consideration. And I therefore trust that the respective MECs and the respective departments will implement its findings without fear or favour, so that those children who were neglected may have closure, and so that their peers do not face the same disappointments and neglect next year. The community has also identified another significant challenge, the lack of measurable impact assessment for the support provided to league schools and academies. Without this, it is difficult to determine whether these interventions have made any tangible improvements. As the Democratic Alliance, we call for stronger impact measurement. Counting the number of events or attendees is simply not enough. We must track whether participation and performance are actually improving. A simple yet tangible measure would be to record the performance of our athletes at national and international events and convert those data into valuable statistics for enhancing the performance of our athletes. Finally, on infrastructure. While progress is acknowledged, we insist on hard deadlines for outstanding libraries and more specifically a risk mitigation plan with SANRAL to ensure that the theatre is completed by June 2027. Honourable Speaker, the Democratic Alliance therefore insists on transparency and measurable outcomes with firm delivery commitments. I thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I have 4 minutes left. Can I get that for credit on the next speech?
Fortunately, every sitting has got its own minutes. So if you saved them, you lose them. Not only you, I think all speakers have left their minutes. Honorable Mohali did not even see how many minutes she has given us. 6 minutes. So thank you so much. We'll now allow Honorable Mapulele Dwaba, Johanna, to come to the debate.
Ke a leboga motlhomphehi speakera ka kgwedi ya basadi le ge basadi ba hlekefetswa ka dipuo ke banna fela ra leboga gore ba tsamaile modimo. Honorable Speaker, the department had a total unspent balance of 12.841 million, with sports and recreation contributing the largest portion of this unspent amount at 6. Thank you, Mama. Million during the period under review. I not la pilolo kashem.
Meli dwa le ka dula fase o na le motho a emisitseng letsogo re ko re o reng re mo fe sebaka dulang fasenyana. Honorable Mathe.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I would love to establish with a member if she can take 2 questions only. Only 2.
Honorable Dwaba le a dumela ba le botša potšišo. Tswelang pele ka polelo ya lena mama. Please proceed with your.
Se se ra gore kgoro ye ga e tšeele godimo tša setšo dipapadi le bokgabo mo provinceng ya gabo rena go se šomiše tšhelete e lego mo tekatekanyong ya ditšhelete ke bošaedi bjo bogolo bjo bo amago ditirelo tša setšhaba. Tšhelete ye ke ya setšhaba e swanetše go šomelwa setšhaba bjalo le ra goreng ge le re ge le sa e šomiše go swanetše go direge eng ka gore le tswafa go šomiša ditšhelete go abela batho ditirelo le ge e le mo budgeteng. Honorable Speaker, some service providers are fraudulently using persons with disabilities as front to secure departmental contracts, access funding, or gain opportunities intended to genuine empowerment. This undermines transformation objectives and exploits vulnerable groups. Ke ka lebaka la eng batho ba šomiša batho ba bogolofadi go hwetša mešomo ya dikontraka mmušong. Sehlong se se ka ruri batho ba ka se tsene lehodimong. Ba ba bjalo ba swanetše go begwa maphodiseng gomme ba swarwe e be mohlala wa gore mediro ya mohuta o ga e na sekgoba mo setšhabeng. Delays in filling EPWP job appointments at museum services compromises service delivery. What causes this delays, MEC? Honorable Speaker, dikgoba ka moka tša mešomo di swanetše di tlatšwe ka gore batho ba rena ba nyaka mešomo gagolo ba swa. Gomme se tla fokotša tlala le bosenyi provinceng ya rena. The other challenge is back of monitoring of results and impact, particularly for social cohesion, GBVF, campaigns and national symbolism. Continued challenges in the construction of the provincial theatre, such as structural changes and external contracts, increases potential for additional delays and costs. Honorable Speaker, ditlhotlo ka moka tšeo provincial theatre e lebanego le tšona di swanetše go fedišwa ka pela gore di seke tša ama ditirelo ditšhabeng. Significant underperformances is reported in the acquisition of library materials. Only 6.981 items were purchased against
a Q4 target of 15,000 items. Ke ka lebaka la eng ditlabakelo tša bokgobapuku di sa rekwe ka moka tša felela go ya ka mokgwa wo go beakantšweng ka gona. Bothata bja lena bo bogolo ke gore le a beakanya e fela la se dire ka mokgwa wo le beakantšweng ka gona. Le palelwa ke go phethagatša mananeo ao a beakantšweng ke lena. Honorable Speaker, delays continue to plague the construction of two other libraries, Mampani and Chiaulu, with one still at 90% completion and the other having only recently seen a replacement contractor appointed and site handover. Batho ba rena ba nyaka ditirelo lena le sa palelwa ke go feleletša go aga bokgobapuku. Ntho ye ya go palelwa o ka re ke ya lena le tlwaetše ebile ga lena dihlong. Honorable Speaker, Department funding infrastructure project lack control of contractor selection and project oversight, yet are held accountable during audits when issues occur. Se ke bothata gomme se swanetše go phošollwa ka pela. The department must develop and publish clear objective criteria for the selection of schools and clubs that benefit from such donations of equipment and attire, and ensuring provision for the equitable distribution of such resources across all districts. Mmušo o swanetše go phagamiša le go thekga mananeo a dipapadi mo metsaneng ya gabo rena ka ge dipapadi di aga setšhaba le go fa baswa menyetla ya go phadimiša talente tša bona tšeo ba di filego ke Modimo. Ke a leboga.
Yeah, today I'm getting enough minutes back. 4 minutes, 13 seconds back. Thank you so much. We'll now proceed to the chair of the committee, Dr. Falaza Mdaka, Honorable Member, Chair of the Committee of Sports, Dr. Philemon Falaza Mdaka. Please close the debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings once more to Honorable Speaker Dr. Makoma Makrupej and the entire speakership, the Chief Whip, Honorable Mkonyan, and the members of the WIPARE, members of the Executive Council, chairpersons of our hardworking portfolio committees, and all honorable members of this august House, not forgetting our guests and colleagues in the gallery, ladies and gentlemen. Awusheni. Nhlikani kahle kahle. Xichangani xilungu va vula tani. Nhlikani, hi na maxavetelo ya ku hambana loko ku ri na nhlikani na loko ku ri na madyambu. Madam Speaker, allow me first and foremost, and we'll never get tired of saying it, to pay tribute to all South African women, and we celebrate Women's Month in our beloved country, South Africa. It is indeed a time where we need to show a lot of respect to our women. Women are and will always be the pillars of our communities. Everywhere. They are the anchor of our families, and they are the backbone of our nation. Madam Speaker, I'm referring to the caring, loving, selfless, and wise women who raise many of us, if not all of us. We all come from a woman. The women who contributed towards our freedom in South Africa. It is against this background that women of all walks of life should be respected, loved, and protected. The issue of gender-based violence and femicide remains a critical issue that we must deal with as a country. It is not the issue of government alone. All men must stand up and say enough is enough. Gender-based violence must come to an end. At least there should be no violence. There should be no loss of life of a woman in August month. But unfortunately, that is the opposite. We're even seeing this happening in our own villages where we stay. Things that could not happen in the past because the villagers were showing a lot of respect to our women. We were taught when we grew up that if a woman is married, even if that woman is younger than yourself, you need to respect that woman. Ichanga nerimwina loko ikomisa kuhlonipha ka munhu lontsongo kambe ri va kulukumba ka yena. So na manana loko a tekiwile a ri ntsongo ka wehe u ri n'wina wa n'wi hlonipha, you show respect. The elderly must show respect to the little ones so that the little ones can also learn how to respect the elderly. If we don't respect each other, we're going nowhere as a nation, and we'll lose our culture and we'll lose everything, and therefore you'll find that a lot of problems come into play. You will not speak. You will not say mahemba. It is not never said that. You must find a way of navigating to say if you want to still show respect if you don't agree with an elderly person. Madam Speaker, however, as guided by the manifesto of the African National Congress, work is being done to make South Africa a better place to live in, including to deal with the very same issue of violence against women. Of course, we can never say it is enough until it is enough, until we see the end of this violence. And we need everyone to come to the fore. In every street, in every community and villages, our people are ready, as we can see, and are willing to fight for social transformation and economic development. The government alone can never be able to do it. It needs people, because the government is the people. The people shall govern, as indicated in the 1996 Freedom Charter, which we are actually celebrating 70th anniversary around that. We are seeing malls in our communities and other economic activity that were not there during apartheid. Why is this happening? The answer is simple. It's because of the ANC government. It's because of the ANC economic policies. Villagers are now having buying power to make our villages draw aspirant business people and businessmen and women to start their own businesses and survive, which was unheard of in the past. This could not have happened if it was not because of an ANC-led government. So those who are saying the ANC government is doing nothing are not telling the truth. There's no truth in what they say. Because if you want to say that there's change, just look around you. For the mere fact that all of us are here is because of what has happened and what the ANC has done for this country, and those men and women who fought for us, led by our stalwarts, led by the women of 1956. And that's why we're all here in our country. Rural areas were regarded as reserved for cheap band labor, for the master in the urban area and the mines. In the past, people were buying groceries from far and bring them home after traveling long distances. Now they shop next door. If it was not the ANC, as I said, and its economic policies, this could not have happened. Through public and social employment programs, industrialization and support for small enterprise and cooperative jobs are created at a much faster pace. Madam Speaker, on behalf of the African National Congress, we would like to appreciate the efforts made by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture to give opportunity to companies owned by women, youth, and persons with disability. This is not just a talk show. The Department of Sports, Arts and Culture walked the talk. We as a committee are a witness to that. Guided by the National Development Plan, the department aims to eliminate poverty and reduce inequality through sport, arts, and culture. As the African National Congress, we congratulate the department for employing permanent librarians. We know you travel a very difficult path. Indeed, we congratulate you. Library assistants and MPW workers at Mapale Library who were also appointed. We applaud the department for filling 434 posts out of 522 posts available. This is a positive move in their endeavor to reduce the number of contract workers and increase the number of permanent staff in the sector. However, we call upon the department, there's a need for you to prioritize areas that are there in the report, particularly Makuba village, where there are issues around that library, including the issue of a lack of a proper bathroom and running water. And I think we need to go back then and ensure that indeed, as visited by the committee, something has been done up to so far. The department must also intervene, if not done already, as it was reported that library electrical wiring in Mudimule Library is on the floor and causes sparks during floods that could lead to havoc, fire and electrocution and injuries to employees and the public. Madam Speaker, we welcome the department's effort to commemorate and celebrate significant days that bring people of different histories, beliefs, and cultures and languages together. These efforts address social divisions and exclusion of the past. Here, 13 multilingualism campaigns, including promotion of South African Sign Language, were hosted successfully as planned. We applaud you for that. In fostering cultural values in communities, a total of 30 schools were reached to promote the national symbols among the youth. Again, the hosting Mapungubja Arts and Cultural Festival and Kulumabkani programs were held in all our districts. However, there's a need to ensure wider participation by the minority groups like the Indian scholars and the white communities who are not that visible in these gatherings. Madam Speaker, we take note of the 1,792 arts and literary practitioners that benefited from capacity building programs to ensure a sustained creative and cultural industry. Here, the department set target by far from 1,200 that was initially planned to 1,792. As if that's not enough, over 5,000 artists were promoted and given an opportunity to perform in various events hosted by the department. Madam Speaker, the construction of the theater is an issue that we can indeed proud ourselves of. During the fourth quarter report of 2024-2025 financial year, the project successfully met its planned target for both fourth quarter and the 2024-25 APP, where progress is now at 40% towards completion. A pre-oversight visit undertaken on the 16th of May reaffirmed this progress. We are made to understand that this completion is due by June 2027. We believe that that target will be met. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, and I can see that I'm moving towards conclusion, one wants to emphasize that the African National Congress, the party that I belong to, the organization that I will die in, the organization that will bury me, has promoted policies and programs to heal the divisions of the past and build a social cohesion in South Africa since it came into power, promoting and protecting our languages and cultural heritage. Unfortunately, when the ANC speaks of nation building, other parties divide the nation. When the ANC preaches peace, other parties preach hatred. Their focus is on attacking ANC leaders, including the president of the country. They are teaching our little kids to attack leadership. If
If you don't attack, it means you don't know what you're doing. That is what is being taught in social media and everywhere. They've got a concerted program to attack leadership of the country. And when you attack the leadership, who will lead you? Because at the moment, it is only the ANC that is in leadership. As I conclude, we salute the work by the ANC government in our province. We salute the work by the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture, as outlined in the annual report, and all of the oversight report presented in August House. And we know another clean audit is on the way. Finally, Honorable Speaker, as the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, I move that this report be adopted and all the other reports that were presented as the report of this August House. I move accordingly, Honorable Madam Speaker. Now, can say nkomu, bebana sikuler nene.
Ikhensa swinene Tatani Mudaka for closing the debate. We shall now, without wasting time, allow the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable MEC Jerry Maseko, to respond to the debate. Honorable Maseko, you have got 5 minutes.
Tagolevore, Speaker Dr. Makurupeche. Let me write on the protocol that has already been observed. Honorable Speaker, I wanted the presence of Honorable Lulamile Jack so that I respond to one critical issue that he has raised. Unfortunately, he's not here. Spare me on that one. But allow me to acknowledge the debate by the members of the committee. My chairperson has spoken. Actually, but on a serious note, Honorable Speaker, let me assure this House that ourselves, together with the MEC, our public works, we are in collaboration. We have tightened our SLA in terms of how our infrastructure projects should be implemented. And we have constituted a technical team interdepartmentally to monitor progress. And that's why there is progress in Chaulu. That's why there is progress in Hamampan. There is also progress, Molago Theatre, Honorable Speaker. If there are challenges, you are able to quickly join hands and minds and make sure that we play the necessary oversight politically as executing authorities. Number two, let me formally indicate that Honorable Marx is correct. The long outstanding report here, Bloemfontein, has reached my desk. There's a process flow that we are following. The report is sent to the Premier's Office, National Department, to the Minister, the MEC for Education, and the Legislature. We have met as a department to develop an implementation plan of the findings, and that process will be unfolding in the near future. Honorable Speaker and the House, it is true that there are certain areas within the province who do not participate, particularly in terms of beneficiating with regard to equipment. As a department, after having identified that challenge, we developed a roadshow where we visited all the districts. Most of the districts in the province are not that much coordinated. Most of the clubs, community clubs, and schools are not participating in sports, Honorable Speaker. That's why you find that certain areas in the province benefit on the basis that that is the conditional grant. Only clubs and schools that have affiliated to certain leagues qualify. You don't just give it to each and every club. So we are very clear together with those districts, and we are developing a program of action to redress that challenge. But generally, with regard to procurement, we have developed a procurement plan. We have already sent it to Treasury, and Treasury has started to advertise procurement processes. And we hope that we'll make sure that we get the material for libraries, because that's one weakness that we used to have. But also we had a challenge with regard to our supply chain unit. We have been having an acting director there, but for now we have appointed by the 1st of September. That director will be on duty, and we think things will improve to the better. The issue of attracting minority group is a very serious challenge to the whole country, Chair. I know it is our responsibility to build social cohesion. However, we are putting efforts, and we know that a number of issues that have been raised by the Portfolio Committee will make sure that they get implemented as expected. And thanks very much again for the oversight that has been played by the Portfolio Committee, the robustness that they displayed in our interaction. And I hope together we'll build a better department going forward. Thanks very much.
Ra leboga Honorable MEC for the response. We are now honorable members in terms of the order paper on item 8. Questions, response to questions. The following questions have been responded to and answers have been published on the ATC dated Monday, 18 August 2025. 8.1 is question 59, 62, and 63, 2025 for written reply, MEC for health. 8.2 is question 13, 41, 54, and 55 for written reply by MEC for Coxter. Honorable members, we are now at item 9. I want to check Deputy Speaker and Deputy Chair of Chairs. Are there announcements?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to make the following announcements. One, that the sitting of the Limpopo Provincial Legislature is scheduled for the 21st of August 2025, Thursday, 10 o'clock here at Luwahomu Legislative Chamber. 2, that lunch is served at committee boardroom. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deputy Chair of Chairs. Indeed, this has taken us towards the conclusion of the sitting today. I take this opportunity to thank everyone who participated. It has been indeed a very lively sitting with the energy that we all had. We hope we'll come back on Thursday again with the energy. We must go and rejuvenate. So we're now at item 10. The House is adjourned to Thursday, 21st August 2025 at 10 o'clock in the Lebuahomu Legislative Chamber. The House stand adjourned. Thank you.